Welcome to Life Transforming Stories with Reverend Nako Sipola on Reverend Nako Sipola TV. I trust you're having a great day today, just as I am. To God be the glory, great things He has done and greater things He will do for you and I. The topic for today's program is, have you given up in life because of a failed relationship? What wabra watching? Papa bawa brabo me fi say relationship bi awuko ma ware bi aware and now be your promise so be ware no relationship na nyi you know areho aka okra. You've given up in life. Is that where you are right now? Is that something you're thinking about? Or do you know somebody who's going through this experience? If you do, call that person, share this video so that that person can be blessed just as you are. We're going to share and learn about relationships, how we went wrong, and how to rectify the situation, and how to learn and gain the wisdom and tools and use the strategies for our next relationship. My name is Reverend Nako Sipola, the host of Reverend Nako Sipola TV, Life Transforming Stories. Thanks for joining me. So what was your motive for getting married? Or what was your motive for getting into the relationship that you are in? Or the relationship that failed or is failing? Why did you get into that relationship? Is it because the guy was so cute? Is it because he was drop dead gorgeous, so to speak? Or did you saw that that person have a vision and that he or she is a person that if you relate to in terms of marriage or courtship or committed relationship that will lead to marriage, you see that you can have a better life together? Was that your motive? That is a question I want you to ask yourself, because oftentimes we get into relationships for the wrong reasons. Our expectations doesn't match the other person's expectation, or we have a warped expectation. The perspective and the perception we had for that relationship, it's not what it's meant to be. So then that becomes a failed relationship, and heartbreaks and headaches happens. As you're pondering upon the questions I asked you and asking yourself, when we have a failed relationship, my experience is things that I've come to learn over a period of time. It's normally we are either a part of the problem or a part of the solution of any issue or incident that happens. So in your relationship, what made it fail? When we leave a relationship or when we have a failed relationship, we need to ask ourselves a few questions. We need to sit down and analyze where we went wrong, what failed, what happened, what did we do, less of, or what we should have done more of. I know it's not the best idea to be going on the path or on memory lane with shoulda, coulda, woulda. But sometimes that's where we need to be, so that we can gain the wisdom and understanding of what actually went wrong, so that we don't repeat those same mistakes in our next relationships. Did you lose your relationship because of ungratefulness? Or did you lose your relationship because you didn't create any boundaries for that relationship. You just let everything slide. You didn't pay attention to things. You get yourself involved in everything that anybody invited you to, or you allowed your partner to do everything, anything they set their mind to, even if it's detrimental to the relationship. You did not pay attention. Is that why the relationship failed? Or were you so impatient with things? You rushed into everything. You didn't have delayed gratitude, so things fell apart with that character or that attitude. Did you fail to grow up in your relationship, to learn, to put a step forward and stand firm and know that this is not just me anymore. I can't do things the way I used to do things. There is somebody who is joined themselves with me, or I've joined myself with somebody who have different culture, coming from different beliefs, coming from different ideas, have different understanding, different wisdom, that we are gonna join together to become one. Did you fail to look at that? Because when we fail to look at those things and we take things for granted and we think we can do things anyhow, just the way we were doing things when we were single, in the time when we are together as a couple, that's a problem. And that's a recipe for failed relationship. Did pride and arrogance play a role in your failed relationship? Did you refuse to apologize when you were wrong? Did you refuse to even accept the fact that you were wrong? Did you always put yourself in the righteous position? You are always right and the other person is always wrong? If that happened, then that's a recipe for a failed relationship. Any relationship that we get ourselves into or find ourselves in, if we have these kinds of attitude, it doesn't matter if we're married to an angel, that relationship will break, because we have to understand that we are not living by ourselves and we have to accommodate the other person's character. These are some of the things that we have to look at when we are in a relationship. Did you refuse to forgive your partner when they wronged you in the relationship? You held on to unforgiveness so much so that you couldn't forgive them. And from that moment on, the moment they wronged you, from that moment on, throughout the rest of the relationship, you were keeping account. You were being accountable, holding them accountable for everything they did. Even though they weren't doing anything wrong, you bring back the past. You keep repeating that same mistake they did, even though you talked about it and you said to them you've forgiven them. Unforgiveness is a big time recipe for failed relationship. Any relationship, whether it's business, whether it's platonic, romantic, marriage, whatever relationship, even family relationship can fail if unforgiveness and bitterness take the master seat. Did you underestimate your spouse in the relationship? Did you think they loved you so much that they can never leave you? So you took them for granted. You did not appreciate the little things and the big things they did for you and for the family. That is a recipe for a failed relationship. Failing to understand and appreciate your partner will always break a relationship. Taking each other for granted. In a relationship, both of you have to have love and respect for one another. The Bible tells us that a man will leave the mother and the father's home and cleave to their wife, and the two shall become one. And the Bible tells us that a man, you should love your wife as Christ loved the church, and a woman, you should be submissive to your husband. Both of you have to love one another. But the woman, you are supposed to respect your partner, your husband. He's supposed to love and respect you, and you are supposed to love and respect them. Both of you have to have dignity for the relationship. If you fail to do that, then a relationship will break. That is the number one thing that causes relationship to break. Treating each other with your past experiences in your ex marriages or ex relationship. Whoever did you wrong back then is not the person you're living with. So failing to forgive that person and failing to move past your past, you will begin to relive your past experiences, and you'll be treating your present partner as your ex-partner. And that is a cause for disaster for the relationship. Did you fail to be prayerful? You didn't pray enough for your relationship. You didn't pray together as a couple. You didn't pray for one another and with one another. And that leaves room for the enemy to come to destroy the relationship. As John 10:10 tells us, that the devil comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus said he has come that we can have life and have it more abundantly. So if you don't pray for your relationships, pray for one another and with one another, the enemy will come to steal the joy, the happiness, the prosperity of the relationship, and it will kill it. In our relationship, we should always be part of the solution. We should create boundaries. We should let the other person know what they can do or what they'll get away with and what they cannot get away with. What is a deal breaker? We have to have these conversations before we get into the relationships. Otherwise, the relationship will fail. And even if you made all these mistakes that I've asked, and that caused the relationship to break, or your partner was also, living all this life and neglected you, and the relationship failed. Now that it's failed, the main thing you have to do, or any person have to do after a failed relationship, is sit down and take a self-inventory. Analyze the relationship and find out what went wrong, what would have changed, what you didn't change, and then use the tools, the wisdom, and the strategies you found, and bring it into your next relationship so that that relationship doesn't fail. Even though that relationship you lost was very, very important to you, you love this woman so much, you love this man so much, you didn't expect it to fail. You expected happily ever after, together forever, but that hasn't been the case. Yes, it hurts, but you have to learn to move past that pain. You have to live again. You shouldn't give up on your life just because a relationship failed, one or two relationships failed. If you follow these steps and you learn, take the self-inventory and learn from the mistakes and take those wisdom and apply it and put God first in your relationships, you will have a very happy, thriving relationship in your future relationships. Do not see your partner as your ex. He or she is not your ex. Love and respect one another. Treat each other with dignity and respect. And in all your ways, acknowledge the Lord. Keep hope alive, no matter what you lost in that relationship. Yes, you took care of that person. You helped them to thrive, but they left you or they broke up with you. It's okay. Better days are ahead. Move past those past painful experiences and keep praying to God and working on yourself. Take care of yourself. Love yourself first so you can love others. It's been a pleasure sharing with you today. Leave a comment. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And follow me on Instagram, Reverend Nana Sipola TV. On Facebook, Empower for Transformation. And on my YouTube channel is Reverend Nako Sipola TV. Subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share. God bless you. And in all your relationships, use wisdom. The book of Proverbs tells us that wisdom is paramount. So in all you're getting, get wisdom, get understanding. Stay tuned for the second part of relationship. God bless you. Shalom.